For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensic. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Yeah, I'd rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. But only make it worse, is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
Time, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty. What's the
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas spending. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I could do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvature on me, you sweater. My feel like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like my Najee. Sipping like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. I already told these niggas. You understand? I call up King Ty. He say, what's up? I say, what's good, my lord? Listen, he like, listen. These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like brother man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talk to my dog like the sun is sent. He told me murder you rappers. Uppercut sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming the way y'all be shining. I'm blinding these rappers like Mr. Magoo. These haters miserable, we indivisible. Look at these haters like they got no clue. They hold up ones in them W's. Really bro, don't get too comfortable. If you ain't cut from the cloth, co-signed by the boss, then we do not fuck with you. Cause you wouldn't last here. I told you the same shit last year.
Already told.
Keep talking that trash, I have a car, come kick your ass
You
in.
already know.
Your jaw like glassware. We pull up not rocking no mask there. Don't care if you spot us, you know how you got us. It's over, you saying your last prayer.
Go ahead.
Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right at birth, the devil's redefining worth.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making though, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue, guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shots at David Berkowitz. Pussy.
Someday you'll pay the price.
A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since not no not the actor, but the year we's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turns his words to mirth from Babel. Since 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on guy bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but
someday you'll pay the price.
Look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope, I'm anti-politics. Cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded.
Z, you know the chop. I.S.U.P.K. Badness no sad. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay boy. You must see one back this spray. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced, the key them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face, the key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith, anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate, hey. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up, we no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. Man, I ask them bad as them wake up. AK bus boy head top shake up. So tell a pussy well don't violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face you straight up. Great stuff, one West Link bigger than NATO. Man we box it to NATO. Only man we afraid of, that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit.
One way, one way, one way, one way, one way.
Coming up on my bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5 but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic. die like a man, then live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. One body, one faith, one Lord. Feel like I can take over the world with one sword. 144,000 men on one accord. Not being in this army is something we can't afford. Real niggas across the board, ain't no suckers round us. You was looking for the truth, well that's how you found us. Now it's time to lace your boots up. We got the order from the king, round the troops up. Let's go to war and die defending this nation if we gotta. Ain't no stopping us now. The chosen people of the power, standing strong like a man. Cause in our camp it ain't no cowards. 144 grand, nigga, it's step before the sign. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. I'm sick and tired of watching niggas get smoked. Work 80 hours a week and then a nigga still broke. Don't let that same nigga try to sell dope. They give him 100 years and then that nigga can't cope. Murder she wrote, they got their foot on our neck. We don't own no damn land, but yet we reppin' our set. Are you prepared for what's next? Babylon is falling, Esau has to fall, so Jacob can get the ball in. Many are called and all, I'm standing tall. I just did a roll call and all my dogs, we all in. 7,000 men who haven't bowed to idols. Remember that we them people they talked about in the Bible. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power.
Top, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty, nigga.
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas spend it. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I could do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvature, you me, you sweater. My feel like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like my Najee. Took a Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. Already told these niggas, you understand? I call up King Ty, he say what's up, I say what's good, my lord. Listen, he like, listen, These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like rubber man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talking my jaw like the sun is set. He told me murder you rappers. Uppercut sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming the way y'all be shining. I'm blinding these rappers like Mr. Magoo. These haters miserable, we indivisible. Look at these haters like they got no clue. They hold up ones in them W's. Really, bro, don't get too comfortable. If you ain't cut from the cloth, co-signed by the boss, then we do not fuck with you.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. And I been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft. Better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. My hymen say I cup full. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, it'll drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter, the lies are sweet. Tried everything, I guess me and Johanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time, this Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check, 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. Shit call me 47, praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame, ask why, tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign, Lord to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Lord to the king, them devils can't have me, bitch. I'm Lord to the king. That's right. Bring that hot flame, UPK, Lord to the king. Until the righteous reign, Lord to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Lord to the king, them devils can't have me, bitch. I'm Lord to the king. Bring that hot flame, UPK, Lord to the king.
That's right.
nobody selling you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
Right on time. Yeah. What's going on, Israel? I.S.U.P.K.com is the website, man. We getting in so out here, y'all. Giving y'all a little feedback. We getting it in. You know what it is. I.S.U.P.K.com, greatest place on earth. Let me tell you something. When I hit you with this first story, you're going to understand why being in the I.S.U.P.K. and the Hebrew Israelites is the greatest thing that ever happened to black people on this earth. That's right. The whole goddamn world is trying to figure out what the hell is going on with blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. And we pouring the answers out the door. Right. We pouring the answers out on every level you want them to be poured out on. And this is the place to get all those answers and to understand what is going on. Right. There is a dynamic that goes on in the black and Latino community that is always in play. That is our worship of God, our family and friends, and who our enemies are. And the problem is the world have twisted all three of those things up. The world has taught us to love the gods of the other nations. The world has taught us to hate our own. And the world has taught us to love the man that have oppressed us and kept us on the bottom for 400 years. Well, let's start off with one situation. Oh, wait, big shout out to General Allah's in the building, right? There you go. Somebody, General. Yeah, can we hear? Oh, now we need to hear him. I can give him a little volume right here. Wait. Yeah, I got him on my side. Oh, snap! Go ahead, General. Go ahead and jump in there. See, we y'all getting international on it.
I think he needs to come in Philly.
Hey, General, y'all muted in Philly. You're muted in Philly.
We're mute. He said we're muted. Slocky.
Yeah, take that mute off, and we should hear him, right?
Come on.
Can you hear me?
His mic is not live. It look like.
No, we hear him in here. How come we don't hear him in here? I hear you on the air, but I don't hear you in the chat with us.
Oh, okay. Come. No sweat. So I got the regular team up in here.
Yeah. It's not unlimited or anything. So I got the regular team up in here.
Okay. You on the StreamYard right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who are all these people?
No, these are not people.
Oh, okay.
This is it's background.
Okay, something.
Just speak up. Hold on. It's this one.
Huh? How you do when you normally have this another guest?
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, but this, I think when we switch it, probably the audio. General, you could say something now, sir.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Test 1 2. All right.
So they can hear me online, General. You said?
Yeah, we can hear you. You got Yediah and Marah with you tonight.
Come, Officer Marah, got Priest Officer Yediah, and Officer Abad Hayah in the house. Come.
Okay, give it up. Hey, who's working the camera?
Got Abad Hayah is working. He's not really working it, but he's working the switchboard. Marah's guiding him.
Oh, got you. Okay. I see y'all getting international on me. Y'all pulling out the good tricks when I'm gone. Okay. See what it is. Good to see y'all. Like I said, The Israelite school, UPK, is the greatest place on earth because in the truth is where you get all the answers to the evil that goes on in this empire, man. And the evil is hit a high note. Something amazing happened this week that we're going to bring out right now, and that is how the United Methodist Church just split. The United Methodist Church just split into two based on homosexuality. Can you believe it? They were at war. The Roman Catholic Church was at war to secretly get them homosexuals inside the United Methodist Church. That's why, see, you can't worship nobody else's God.
Right.
You're worshiping somebody else's God. Every vile thing that God that you worship is about is going to be brought into the religion that you following in your darkness, man.
Right.
You understand? United Methodist Church is one of the biggest churches in the world. They worldwide. Look at the LGBT flag. Oh, you get ready to pull it up? Look at the LGBT flag they got draped down the front of the United Methodist Church. Now, they produce more Bibles than, most other religions in the world. They probably produce more apocryphas than anybody else in the world. The United Methodist Church. They got chapters worldwide. And now find out. Let me let Kazak read the article for you. So you can listen. So I can laugh at your religion, man.
Right.
So I can laugh at your stupid religion. Right. You stupid, dumb, simple Christians running around claiming that how you gonna serve God and change what you believe in while serving God? I don't even understand that. If you knew and understood God, what the hell you changing about God? Like why? Like we don't have discussions on what the scriptures are saying in here.
Right.
Like, do we have to have a summit?
No.
Well, Michelle, I think the scripture saying this. You wait a minute, you might be wrong on that. The scripture say we don't have them things, right or wrong, Ash. We don't have that stupidity because we ain't trying to change nothing that God said.
Right.
That's right.
We're trying to fit God into your modern society. And you can't fit God into a modern society unless you completely, utterly accept an alternative sexual lifestyle, which the Bible completely called an abomination, man. Right. Like modern times don't make God change. How you gonna act like because we in modern times, God got to change? God ain't, God ain't, he ain't the latest Ferrari. That ain't what he. But matter of fact, give me that scripture where he said, I'm the same yesterday, today, tomorrow. Y'all know the one. He said, I changed not. They in a turmoil in the United Methodist Church. And they in that turmoil because they for years been fighting, the Roman Catholic Church and the homosexual community from getting into their zone. Y'all jump in anytime you get ready.
Come on, I like
Go ahead, General.
Pull the scripture after you pull it.
Big shout out to General SHALAM. Welcome to joining us on the show. Good to see you. Gotta get your sound up in here. Give us a second to get your sound up.
His mic.
Oh, you on mute? You gotta unmute yourself.
All right, Salakia. Damn right.
All right.
Damn right. Let's get it.
It's good,
Damn right. Let's get it. Let's get it. The water, General.
Let's get it in. All right. Please.
Malachi 3:6. For I am the Lord. I change not.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something, man. Real men love the fact that God don't change.
That's right.
You understand? Love the fact that God don't change. Ask any woman, you understand, do she want an honest, straightforward man that don't change? She'll tell you, hell yeah. He says, if you tell her, listen, you the type of man that never changed, always the same, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to be the same dude you was back then. She going to say, oh, thank God.
Right.
You understand? And God said you the apple of his eye. He said he don't change.
Right.
You understand? How you going to have a God that change? How you going to have a God? How you going to worship a God? Tomorrow he said, I know you've been worshiping me for about 300 years. I tell you stuff. I'm gonna let these homos in. Y'all just did that.
Right.
Like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
You understand? And let me explain something to you why it's so important. Because God is the best. You can't function without a God. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You think you can be an atheist? If you're an atheist, that's your God.
Right.
Dummy. Atheism is your God. If it ain't atheism, it's some other God. Some of you worshiping your car. Some of you worshiping your money.
Right.
Some of you worshiping all kinds of things, statues. Especially you go overseas, lettuce, tomatoes. Some of them they worshiping a cow. You understand? A transvestite. What's his name? They got the earrings. Buddha.
Yeah.
You understand? Buddha was a flaming sodomite back in the day with all that makeup and them earrings and all that silly nonsense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it.
Well, like you said, they made what's that, Burger King? The Burger King man is gay now. You know what I'm saying? They made the Whopper. They got a rainbow Whopper now.
Yeah, the gay burger.
The gay burger. Yeah. Like your God changes, and everybody got to change with your God. Which is why you destroyed in this empire, and why you got to find your way back to the real God. You understand? To the real God. And once again, every nation, this is what black people, Latino, y'all chime in anytime you get ready. Look at him. He had a ball in the turn of the century. He was having the time. When they was making that statue, you can best believe he was having the time of his gay life. Right. The lipstick on, eyebrow. Now he's modern. Yeah. Now this Buddha is thousands of years old, but he got the modern eyebrow pencil on. He got the modern lipstick on. You understand? He got all the beads. You can't see the earrings. Right. You understand? He had all. Look at the hair in the back. All that flaming red hair. Ain't y'all wearing that red hair now? Mm-hmm. Whatever that is back there. Like he was modern. And now you change. Like God don't change, man.
Right.
Read it again for me, y'all. Y'all jump in anytime you get ready.
Okay.
Malachi 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
And that's so heavy, man. And every black person should know this, man. And we pressed this so hard. We pressed it so hard. People laughed and scorned us for pressing that Jesus was black. Right. You looked at us like we didn't know what we was talking about. We wouldn't even put it on the map as a legitimate religion or belief system, because we were saying that Jesus was black and you were saying that was old and archaic. And now come to find out they're trying to steal every ounce of your identity, man. It's so important that you follow the God of Israel and you find out that he's black and you walk with him and that he does not change, because if he did change, blacks and Latinos and Native Indians, you'd be wiped the hell out. Yeah, that's why he said you not consumed. Yeah. You not consumed because your forefather Abraham was smart enough 4,000 years ago to make a deal with God. And he knew something that you need to learn and know. That God don't break no deals, man.
That's right.
He don't break no deals. That's why 1,000 years from now, you understand, alternative lifestyles will still be wrong. I'm going to let him read the article, man. Read that article and look at this madness, man. Broke them. Wait a minute, last point. Broke them, General Mayat. Broke them. Sodomites broke that damn United Methodist Church. You understand? They went up in there and broke them. Made them have to change their God, man. That is insanity, man. Go ahead.
Can I get the General?
Go ahead, please, General.
You done with your scripture? Read Jeremiah 6.
Finish the scripture. Go ahead. Let him read the article when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. Just to piggyback off of the heavy point you brought out, where the Most High say he don't change, and then he said this too. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Khan. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways. And see, right, and ask for the old past.
And do what?
And ask for the old past.
Why? He's saying ask for the old past because he knew these homos was going to be like, well, that was in the past. That's old. Like even now, I hear him on TV saying you're still in that 50s state of mind. That's that 50s mindset. Well, hell, we going way back before the 50s. And the Lord said he don't change, number one. And then he said, because he knew these nasty homosexuals with vile affection, like you said in the book of Romans, with their vile affection would say that's old. That's an old way of thinking. Well, when the Lord say, ask for the paths of old. Why? Read.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Where is the good way?
Because them paths of old is the good way. That's where things was lawful, and from the Most High, it made sense. It's this modern thing that everybody getting into, this destroying the world. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. And walk therein.
And walk in those old paths. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. And ye shall find rest for your soul.
So it's heavy when you bring it up. Slaka, go ahead, sir.
No, I just had to say, damn, that was it, because it was so deep. Go ahead, Joe.
And it's just heavy what you saying, because and what the Most High is saying, like, he don't change, man. We got to come back to the old ways when he laid them out, and from that we're gonna find rest. All the diseases will stop, the killing us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back in charge if we did this. Slaka.
Listen, that there you shall find rest. It's so damn heavy, man. I ain't gonna even get into it. Somebody else want to get in? Go ahead. Go ahead, read the story out.
Dozens of Georgia churches split from United Methodist Church over LGBTQ issues. The departing Georgia churches mark the latest in a growing divide among Protestants over LGBTQ issues. 70 churches in Georgia split from the United Methodist Church last week, largely over LGBTQ issues.
They couldn't take it no more. The last ones that were straight in there, they could not take in them sashaying down the pews. They couldn't take it no more, man. They said, man, we got to get the hell up out of here. That's a lot of churches out there. 70 of them bailed the hell up out of there.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Here's why it's so dumb. Like, Edomites are going to be Edomites, don't give a damn what religion they are. Like, what they doing in the Roman Catholic Church is coming to every church near you if it ain't there already.
Right.
Every church that got Edomites got it. All them old evangelical churches, them old modern ones where they in the jeans and they dancing on the stage. All them churches gonna be filled with sodomites. You understand? They gonna just be who the hell they are.
Right.
Like, they ain't coming to worship God just to serve God. They coming to get God's approval for them to be an alternative lifestyle.
Right.
You understand? That's the same with the killing in the street, which we're gonna come to in a second. Everybody wondering what's going on with all this killing in the streets. Brothers in the streets, the old heads don't know how to teach the young cats how to operate in the streets with the internet. The internet has messed up the streets. Like, before, you could go to the old head and the old head say, "Nah, man, this is how you supposed to operate in the street."
Right.
But the old head don't know now because the internet. So the old head is like, "Well, I don't know with this internet thing. I don't understand what y'all doing." Mm-hmm. And as a result, the younger cats don't know what the hell they doing. They shooting and killing and they just going fuck because they don't even know, they don't know what's going on. Yeah. And the same is with this United Methodist Church. And once again, how is God going to be with you if your church could get broken into something so ridiculous as an alternative lifestyle? Them prophets and priests of the past, they died for these words, man. These scriptures we read, they lost their lives for these scriptures, man. Like, Stephen got straight up stoned to death for standing up and telling them the truth about who they are. So how you gonna have a church that big and they come in and crush your standard on what kind of person should be a person of God? How could that even be? Because it's really not the truth. It's really a lie. Because if it was the truth, they'd stand on it. You understand? They'd stand on the truth. If everybody walk out the door, the brothers that's real that serve the Lord, they ain't never gonna walk out the door.
That's right.
That's why the I.S.U.P.K has been here since '69 and ain't changed not one scripture.
Damn right.
Not one scripture has changed in years since 1969. We don't give a damn what society say, how they view the scriptures, what they build and what scholars they educate into believing that God. We don't care about none of that, man. We're here to serve the Most High, and you should serve the Lord.
Right.
Because guess what? In the end, God gonna win anyway, dummy. In the end, He gonna have the last say on all of this. So why would you wait around in a lie for Him to come have to correct that lie and correct you in that lie? Go ahead, I'll finish the article on that.
Marking the latest in a growing divide within the third largest Protestant denomination in the United States.
The third largest in the United States. You understand? The third largest in the United States. Go ahead.
The North Georgia Conference voted last Thursday to allow the churches, most of which were in rural areas, to disaffiliate from the UMC.
Dang. They want to get the hell up out of here. Please give me Numbers 23:19. Big shout out to General Hazayan. Send this one up. Right. They're so amazing, man. I'm so glad to be back in DC. You know how many years it's been since I've been in DC, man? I ain't sat in this chair and it feel like a decade, man. Last time I was in here, I think Mashak was in Pampers. Damn man. Last time I was, go ahead, Oz.
If I could, sir, right? Just based off of that article real quick, right? If you in church, right, a lot of them be saying that they trust in God.
Right.
Why the hell you voting then? Obviously, there is no confidence in the Lord.
Exactly.
Obviously, they don't believe in what they do.
Exactly. And the sad part is what you said is so true that so many thousands of our brothers and sisters have followed this, man, and just took us right off the cliff. Let me tell you something. Now is the time to be all about God.
Yeah.
You ain't never picked up the Bible before. You better pick it up now.
Yeah.
You better pick it. You see Putin over there. What do I say? He turning you into a desert. He bombing Ukraine like it's niggas, man. He bombing Ukraine like it's the South Bronx. You understand? Like now's the time to really start to know what is God really talking about. You understand? So what you saying is so right. Like if you believed in the Most High, what are you trusting in these liars that they set us up with? Y'all jump in. Please, y'all jump in. Go ahead,
The process for disaffiliation was laid out by the 2019 General Conference of the United Methodist Church through 2023.
So they just set up a whole way to separate themselves. Read that scripture for me on Numbers 23:19. This is a powerful scripture the Lord wrote.
Numbers 23 and verse 19. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent.
Like God don't got to repent. Like that's like saying God got to repent. If you say God accepts the LGBTQ community, then you saying that God is repenting for having said that Numbers 2013. You're saying if you say that God accepts the LGBTQ community, then you saying that God, is repenting from what he laid down.
Right.
And let me tell you something, man. It's sad that God can't get no good representation, man. It's sad he can't get good representation, Q. Somebody, you know what I mean? Like, damn.
He brought it out. It's like a vote. Every 4 years, they come together and get in a room and do backdoor dealings and cutting deals, and they are seceding from the union, just like the Republicans will be doing, you understand, against the rest of the whole thing. This country is going to split. Their religion is going to split.
Right.
You understand? And you better come back and unify, gather together like we're supposed to. You understand? And like it says in Zephaniah, that's what we better hurry up and do. Because this place is going straight down the door.
So true. Go ahead, Oz. So true.
He hath said, and shall he not do it?
Right. He said, and shall he not do it? In Numbers 20 and 13, he said, "When man lie down with another man, both of them have committed an abomination." Right. Right. We're talking about the Lord's word, not no man's opinion. This ain't personal. He said it's an abomination. He said, if he said it, what? Read that again.
And he said, and shall he not do it?
Right.
Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
Right. Like what he said, that's what he said. What he means, that's what he means. Right. And let me tell you something, man. We should be comforted in that. We should be thankful and comforted in the fact that he is that way. Because listen, for sure he's that way, because look what happened to us for not obeying him. So just could you imagine the world we about to get into, Shalom, when we do obey him?
God. Damn right.
Like by obeying him, we're going to do magnificently. Go ahead, Oz.
Yeah, and another thing that a lot of these preachers, right, they talk about they know scripture, so they must know that where the Lord said that which proceeded out of my mouth shall not return to me void. Leviticus 23rd chapter proceeded out of the Lord's mouth.
Yeah.
It's not going to return to him void. What he says, as you said, is what he means.
And you know what I mean? And let me tell you something, we should be standing strong in that, man. Like we brothers and sisters, we should be standing strong in that. Like they coming with a wave on. They are in essence Satan. Satan is demanding that the Black and Latino community convert to homosexuality.
Yeah,
they demanding it in the spirit. Right. If Satan is demanding it in the left hand side in the spirit, they ain't saying it like they ain't making it a law, but in the spirit, they are demanding that your spirit change from it. And boy, oh boy, who gonna stand with the Lord? Like the Bible is filled with great men that stood against, and women that stood for the Most High and stood no matter what. That's why the scripture say in Revelation that those that stood so staunchly, he put crowns on their head.
Right.
You know what I mean? The whole damn United Methodist Church.
So like
everybody know that name. Everybody have heard of the United Methodist Church, the third largest Protestant church in the world. Not in the United States, in the world.
Right.
A church that was established in the 1500s. Broke them. Broke them. You in the UK, you should be proud as hell.
That's right. Damn right.
Proud as hell that you stood up against all this evil. Like that work being done out on them street corners is honorable as hell, man. Battling against the evil spirits of this, because that's what it is. We out on them street corners are casting out demons, man. You understand? And battling the forces of evil. You understand? And it is honorable like I can't even explain. It is honorable and saves lives and delivers our people. You understand? Like I can't even explain. I'm riding around D.C. Today, General Q. And I mean, I see so many black men broken and destroyed in the gutter, sitting under billion-dollar monuments, sitting under multi-million-dollar restaurants. Some brothers on the corner on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Destroyed and broken. Man, please. Somebody got to stand up against this evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Salakia, General.
Please, General.
If I could, Deuteronomy 32:7.
Go. Can somebody get that?
Come on. When you get, let me know, brother.
Sir. The book
I
of
go ahead and read.
Let me real quick before you read that. If we were able to go and wake up the LGBTQ community from themselves, their life would even be better.
Yeah.
Their life would even be better. You understand? Because the demons on them would be cast out as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So go ahead, Joe.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
And that's the problem. That's what the general trying to bring out. And what he breaking down for y'all is that we still falling behind the Christian church, still falling behind America, when the truth is right here in the I.S.U.P.K. All we got to do is wake up and turn back. The scripture said, remember ye the days of old. Read on, brother.
Come. Consider the years of many generations.
And to consider the years of many generations, like the general brought out.
What we doing is we trying to get into something new. We trying to try new things. We trying to go off into the LGBTQ community, whatever the hell it's called. We trying to follow everything that the white man is doing when the truth is right here. And all we have to do is turn back. And it says, consider many generations. The truth done been around for a long time. We've been putting this out forever. The problem is nobody is trying to listen to the truth. You're going to want to run up in this school at the last minute, and it's going to be too late. Read on, brother.
Come, ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
You say what he said? Ask thy father. Who is your father? You better get up in this school and ask Commanding General Yohanna. You better ask the other elders if you want to know. You're trying to get back. You're trying to return. You're trying to do right. Stop talking. Let's get busy, man. You see what's happening on the news every day. You better get busy before it's too late.
You right.
That's
you
it, man. Go ahead.
Be able to stand on the sidelines.
Damn right.
Hey, somebody in the chat room mentioned that gay gang used to be in D.C. Is they still in D.C.?
We ain't heard much from them, but they definitely here.
Yeah, they're here for sure.
We used to battle. That's them. We used to battle them at the camp, General. Before
I remember that. I remember we had to damn rumble them a few times. You know what I mean?
All the young boys, you can see that they were soft. You understand? Now where are they? Ain't nowhere to be found.
A lot of them is on drugs, in jail, dead.
A lot of them dead.
A lot of them died. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, it's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of them type of gangs, male and female. You understand? That's going to be because, you know, how else you going to be able to function in and out of jail? How else you going to be able to function on the streets? Like, you're going to have to be versatile to be able to be a criminal in this modern age with all the technology and everything else.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be able to be real versatile. So you're right, General. Like, that's a sad thing. That's a sad, sad thing, man. And if men don't come to the Lord and decide that they're gonna stand on the right side of the Most High, then guess what? Then the evil will always overshadow us. Could you imagine how evil Israel was during the time of Christ? Like Christ had to go get 12 dudes and start all over when the full-fledged temple was sitting right there.
Right.
The temple was sitting right there. Christ couldn't even go in the temple and say, man, let me get a dozen priests, man, out of the temple, and let me go on and help, you know, change the minds and the spirits of God's chosen. He couldn't even do that. He had to go get 12 fresh young bucks who didn't even know how to be a priest of the Lord.
Right.
These was fishermen, man. These was regular dudes. And he had to go get these dudes. And he had to go, bring them together, fill them with the knowledge of the truth, and then send them out on a whole nation that was up under the Romans, and it was totally blind, even though the temple was sitting right there.
God, that's heavy.
With all the scrolls and the records, go ahead, General. With all the scrolls and the records and everything sitting right there, they had the records right there.
Yeah.
They knew who they was. Remember, they told them, we Abraham's seed.
Right.
Like they knew who they was. They knew their identity.
Yeah.
They had the law, statutes, and commandments. They was worshiping the Passover. He had it all right there, and he still had to go get 12 brand new, fresh dudes to go on and establish the kingdom of heaven with. We'll show you how wicked we was. So
New wine and old bottle.
We'll show you how messed up we was, and he had to go and even do that.
That's heavy, Joseph. Showing you, even though they was the priests and in the temple, their spirit, they was in the wrong spirit. It damn near became a religion.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they were practicing it as a rituals and like a religion. With Christ had to find 2 fresh cats and put them in the right spirit to change this earth. That's
Imagine that. No, listen, you were so right. Imagine that. Like that was ridiculous.
Right.
That he had to do that, and these cats walking around all around, and they had to do the whole thing over. And that's why if them strong men didn't stand up like they did, then the rest of the nation would not have been fixed. But meanwhile, the nation got fixed, even though people hated them when they walked. I mean, they hated Christ, something ridiculous. Hated him. You know what I'm saying? But they had to stand on it to the end, man.
Right.
I don't want to run too much more on this, y'all.
Slocky, sir. Could I mention about how Herschel Walker's son?
We're gonna come to that. Oh, you want to just add it in here?
Yeah, because we're talking about the homosexuality or what have you. You got that story? It's down at like 22. That one right there is.
I mean, you could just bring it out, and then we'll come back to the story as we go down.
Okay, good.
You just tell them what's going on.
You Republican and you gay, so you against yourself. You completely insane. You understand? How you gonna be a Republican and you gay, but you are homophobic at the same time? You understand? It's a mental illness. Okay, that story right there is going to blow your mind. Okay, so they took up Saturday show. It's time to move on to get some of these other topics or what have you. That's climbing over the wall at this point in time. We got to get back in place
because Esau kingdom falling apart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Every day.
And if I could too, so they like how you was talking about with the internet compared to when you have that OG, that mentor.
Right.
That internet is down near like, it at your fingertips so much and they're talking to you all day and night. And Esau, he talked about how they use the internet for the revolt in Egypt, how ISIS was using the internet for this. And it's down near like that's the weapon right now. Like or the gun they're shooting whatever from.
Yeah.
And that they're exposing somebody who just might be searching or just impressionable down there.
Yeah.
To all sorts of things when before all is what your parents say or the authority, the old neighborhood say. That's really all you know. That's what you're leaning on. But now this internet make you think, well, you could go find out on your own.
It's too much fake news.
And you going all the way into something else. And it just coming alive more and more because now everybody have that option to go teach the damn self and not fall up under something, a strong structure. That thing that's unmovable, it ain't going to change. They're going to create their own thing, their own knowledge and, listen to themselves down.
And that's why they don't get the truth.
I remember Commander GEN.YAHANNA, he used to teach when I first came into truth. He used to teach when the web first really came out, start being popular. He told everybody, General, I don't know if you remember, you said, I want everybody to be careful with that World Wide Web. What does a web do? It traps its prey. He said that internet, what does a net do? It traps its prey. Y'all be careful with this World Wide Web and this internet because it's traps and schemes in this thing.
Yes,
I remember that. And that's what it's for. You understand?
Yeah. And it's so ridiculous in that it allows you to attack somebody without never having to leave the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You can attack somebody without never leaving the house. So as a result, cats attacking each other. And when you're young and impressionable, all that stuff just drive your emotions over the top. And if you're getting high on top of it, and you really, ain't on balanced ground. Before you know it, you done went the hell off and did something that you regret for the rest of your life in many cases, man. You know what I mean? And the other sad part about it of all is that Esau is running it, which means if he trying to catch you, he got all the information. If he trying to play you, then he can feed you whatever the hell he want to feed you. So you in a mess if you don't have no stability in your world. And which is why the truth is so important, because then you can just get played so easily, you understand, into something that just destroys you.
It's like it, sir. The school of the prophets is the place where if you wanted to become a rapper, you should come and do it. Because you see the brothers that want to go and do the music thing or what have you, they come in here, they learn the work of the Lord, you understand, and then they go out and they responsible and, they make some of the best music on the earth.
Yeah.
But you get compromised out there trying to do it any other way. You understand? You got to have a solid foundation before you, open up your mouth out here, because it's going to either create or destroy. And you don't want the power of the tongue to be on the wrong side when we in a battle with our enemy or what have you. So go ahead.
And that's why the scriptures say, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. And so you got to be able to recognize where you can get fed the wisdom and the proper knowledge. in order to be able to make it through these times. And that's one of the problems. If they're getting all their wisdom, all their knowledge from all of these internet Israelite groups and not coming into the school where they're going to get the proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's why the Bible told you that. Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of that times. And we're in the last time right now. So you got to get up in here if you really want it.
Damn right.
What's the next story? Go ahead. Somebody was saying something. Slavish. Shalom, you were saying something. Slavish.
No, that was it, John.
Okay. Go ahead, Al.
Come, sir. Biden briefly moved to secure location after plane entered restricted.
I gave you four stories. Yeah, that's not second. That's not the second story. That's just what's on your list. Remember we picked out before? Yeah, you remember what the second one was? Yeah, and then the Tennessee one after. No, it wasn't that one.
Not Biden.
No, it wasn't. Like down that
Philly shooting. It's somebody Buffalo shooting. Something else.
You want the Uvalde mom?
Yeah, you gotta remember them four. Remember them four.
Uvalde mom.
I forgot it now. When you was dropping it, I put it in. I know that Biden one was one.
No, it was something off for the Buffalo shooting.
Yeah, go on, hit it. Go down the list. I'll give it to you if you want.
So we got the Philadelphia mass shooting. Police Tennessee shooting leads to 3 dead. Biden's briefly moved to secure location.
We can let's do the Philly police shoot since you got that up.
Let's
do that one. Like Biden, that little nonsense with Biden in the airspace, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some little biplane went off course. You know what I'm saying? And flew into the airspace. They had to go into the whole security measure. That ain't what they need to be worried about. They need to be worrying about Ukraine.
The ICBM.
That's what the hell they need to be worrying about. They need to be worrying about Ukraine.
Yep.
Because gas is $7 an hour in California.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you see, he went over there. He was about to go over there and bow to the crown prince.
Yeah.
He was on his way to go bow to the crown prince. The meter might say, "Oh hell no! Do not go over there, Biden, and bow down to the daggone salary." So he canceled the damn trip because he was getting ready to go over there and try to talk some oil out them oil boys. You know what I mean?
He going Jenny Fleck.
Yeah, he getting ready to go over there, man, and talk some, And they said, "Hell no!" And so they stopped him from going. Like this whole earth is in a powder cake right now. So that little plane over here, that's the only reason I'm stopping that word. Go ahead. Come on with it.
Philadelphia mass shooting on South Street leaves 3 dead, about a dozen injured.
Tons of black people jammed up in this shooting. One crew ran into another crew. They started shooting each other. The cops showed up. The cops started shooting them. Turned into a melee. Once again, the internet got them not being able to function.
Right.
You dysfunctional because of the internet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead. Like you becoming enemies over internet conversations. That doesn't even make no sense. Go ahead, Al.
Authorities responded to the scene in the South Street neighborhood just before midnight, where they found multiple shooters, with one firing into a crowd of people. The Philadelphia Inquirer reported. Philadelphia Police Department Inspector D.F. Pace said 14 people had been shot, including 3 who died, per the outlet. You can imagine there were hundreds of individuals enjoying South Street, as they do every single weekend, when this shooting broke out. Pace said
all forms of evil was taking place on South Street. You talking about enjoying South Street. They was serving up more dope on South Street, doing more child molestation in South Street. All kind of criminal activity was going on in South Street. You understand? And the Lord let it erupt into the madness that it erupts into. It's like now's the time to change, what it is that you want to do with your life. Now's the time to say, do I want to be a part of the madness of this world, or do I want to go create a new world? You understand? And real men would create a new world. You understand? Like this church, these churches took away our sons from us. Y'all love the Christian churches, but these churches took our sons away from us
And now our sons are shooting each other in the street on South Street. They murdering each other on the street because they stole your sons from you. You understand? They stole your sons from you by changing these laws so that you was not able to function in your household, man. You understand? Like I go out, I turn 18, become a man, and go out and start working, and go out and put down on a house, and I go out and buy a brand new car, and I go out and get my wife pregnant, and she has a child, and we go on for a few more years, and I have another child, and now I got 2 or 3 children, and I got a home, and I got a car, and now one day my wife gets emotional and angry with me for whatever reason, and decides she wants to separate from me. She wants a divorce now. So you telling me now to be a man, to be a proper man in society, you telling me now I got to come over to my house that I put the money down to buy every other week while another nigga is sitting in my living room drinking my motherfucking lemonade, excuse my friends, drinking my lemonade and fucking my wife's. Sorry, y'all. You understand? And I gotta show up to the door ready to pick up my kids, talking about where's Tommy's book bag? You know what I mean? You telling me that's what make me a man. That's what make me a man. And I gotta watch my woman half naked in front with some other man in my house with my children. That's right. That's the one. Kanye West, brother. You understand? He thought he had problems before. Look at that thing he got to contend with now. You understand? Like that's hell. And that's only because of the laws of the empire.
Yeah.
That's why that goes on. Stop blaming the white man for your problems. Well, make the white man change them laws so that just the whim or the ignorant influence of somebody can't just steal everything that I own. They ain't just wipe out my family. Like a family, a man's family is part of his crowning achievement in life.
Yeah.
You make it that somebody can just snatch it away like it's nothing. When the Lord said, like Christ said, he said in the beginning, it was not so. But that's what you created in this society. And then you want a black man to stand there and show up and be there and be in the kid's life and be a part of that. And I understand that. But every black man can't do that. You don't believe me? Go ask them about the women that end up in a suitcase or in a Walmart bin that they find in some wood somewhere. You understand? Those things happen because some men just can't take that. You don't understand that it's just material thing. You dumb and stupid if you think that. You snatching a man's life away and acting like it's normal. But I'm not surprised. The reason I'm not surprised is because you also passed laws for a woman to murder her own child.
Right.
So I ain't surprised. So she can murder the child today, tomorrow take away everything you have. Right. The next day go sleep with another man, switch over, sleep with a woman if she wants. And whatever happened to you happened to you. And on top of that, remember now, you still got to pay child support. Yeah. And so you got to go move in the room because you can't afford nothing else, especially in this empire with the rents.
Right.
You got to send the money over to her so she can pay that high mortgage that her man is in your bed with your, knocking her up against your headboard in your house. You understand? You understand? And when he finished scratching his balls and he get up and he want to go out and get a beer, he go jump in your car, hit your remote for your garage, and go down to the corner store with your bathrobe on. You understand? You know what I mean? Some niggas will just put you in the grave. God. That's just how some black men are. You understand? Because it's so vile and unjust, and it's like you should just accept that. And that's why black people got to decide what society they have. Because if you take the society of the heathens, you're going to destroy you and everything around you, man. You understand? That's why I hate to say it, but I tell a black man in a minute. You understand? If I have to measure what kind of man that is, some men can handle that. That ain't no problem. They'll be like, you know what? Let it all go. I'm gonna just come on up there in the weekend. Right. Some men could do that. Some men cannot do that. And rather than have you commit a homicide and spend the rest of your life in a prison cell over the stupidity of some dumb black woman and the draconian evil medieval laws that this man had put down on you. I'd rather you just walk the hell away.
Right.
You understand? So you can live another day to help build up your family and build up your nation and put your people back on track. Right. And the Bible is what will help you to do that. You understand? Because this is a joke that they asking us to be a part of, man. So, and then what happens in the end? In the end, your son turns 13 or 14, and he starts getting testosterone in his body, and then he turn around and say to that man that you've been laying up with, "You not my father. You can't tell me nothing."
Right.
And this is my father's house, not yours. You understand? And of course, if you touch that boy, you going to jail too. So now, guess what? He got nobody teaching him now, because that brother didn't want to kill her, you understand, and end up in the penitentiary, so he walked away. So now that brother got to learn from the streets, and the streets ain't nothing good. And that's why we end up with 14 people shot and 3 dead on South Street in Philly. Right. It ain't no puzzle. Oh, they out of control. They ain't out of control. These kids are not out of control. These kids are in the full program that you designed for.
Right.
You understand? They're doing exactly what you taught them. Straight out the Christian church.
Yeah.
You understand? You allow stupid black women, you understand, that destroy these kids in these churches that influence other sisters to destroy their families. This you bred them to be this way. A lot of black women in America are alone, and them black women know that their sons is selling drugs, and they turning another blind eye to the money that they making off of that boy. Some of them is encouraging them boys to go out there and get that money because they ain't got enough to supplement themselves, and they also know he gonna die. He gonna end up in jail. He gonna be in the penitentiary. They already know. You understand? Some of you, these women are bankers for these drug deals. Some of your mamas are bankers for you. Your mama, you selling drugs, sending your mama thousands of dollars every week. And when you get knocked by the feds or whoever, you go sent up. She the one paying for the lawyer. She the one putting the house up for the lawyer. She doing it because she know when you come home, you going back out on the street. You understand? And let me tell you something, man. That raises a cold-blooded son. That'll raise a son that is so cold-blooded that he will have no conscience, you understand, for what he does. So now you got a woman that's unconscious and won't have a conscience for what she does. Now you got a son that got no conscience. Well, then he gonna shoot up South Street. You know it. When he get mishandled and violated and disrespected, or somebody put a post on Instagram that he don't like, he gonna go do just what the hell you taught him. You understand? And your preacher ain't gonna say nothing. That bastard ain't gonna say a damn thing. You know why? Because your mama go to church every Sunday.
Right.
And guess what she bringing to church every Sunday? That money that he was selling with. She bringing some of that and putting that in his, because she needs some prayers, because she know what the hell you doing. So she praying for you in church, putting that money in the office. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm running. I'm gonna get up and down. You know what I mean? Like, that's what she do. Go ahead,
it's like if I made sir and you prophet of the Lord, so you have been laid out my story.
Damn.
And so my mom left the house out the house. House out the house. And then she married our pastor, who she messed around with, and I remember I fought him when I was 14.
Oh, damn.
And they both was scared to discipline me. And so it was like I had free reign now to be a terrorist.
Is that
whatever the hell I want to do.
See that?
Yeah, it's the product of Christianity. So.
You so right out. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You just laid the whole thing out right there and then. And so then you create monsters, man, in this place. You create monsters and you're killing the ones that would rise up to become the ones that stop the monsters. You know what I mean? Stop talking about the white man. I heard this week that heathen on that podcast came out this week. I'm sorry, Jeremiah. I'm going off track. I'm going to come back.
Fishing.
I forget which one it is, but I heard that they got a heathen on there. And of course, like all heathens, trashing us and ripping us off is how they all eat. They all eat off of our back. Some low life come in from the other side of the world, get a podcast, and he making money off of us listening and watching and supporting the podcast. And what does he do on that podcast? The thing we love the most, for some heathen to talk about us like we ain't crap. And I heard he got up there talking about, you know, you need to stop complaining about the white man. You need to stop complaining about the white man. The other nations come here, they getting over the top of you, and they making a ton of money. Listen, you got crackheads in all them countries. You got crackheads in India, crackheads in Iraq, crackheads in India, crackheads in Israel. The so-called Jews serving up more Oxycontin and ecstasy than a little bit. So you got dope fiends and dope dealers in them countries also. But you act like you come over here and you taking, you utilizing the opportunity over here. And black people are not utilizing the opportunity. You're a damn liar. Black people have been fighting an uphill battle, man, for 400 years here. You understand? The psychological damage that's been done to us is intergenerational into us. You understand? And loving you heathens is why you're eating so well. The hell are you even talking about? Like, if you really wanted to see black people come up and you felt like black people should stop complaining, then you should be telling black people, don't buy a goddamn thing from nobody that ain't one of your people. Why you ain't saying that in your podcast? Why you ain't saying don't never eat out of an Ethiopian store? Don't never eat out of an Arab store. Don't never spend your money in no Jewish restaurant or store. Why you ain't saying that? Because you know that's what you eat. That's how all you heathens eat. You understand? So you capitalizing on our low self-esteem, man. But that day is about to change. That day is about to change because we waking up every day. This UPK is growing every day. I thank the Most High for it, man. And big shout out to the brothers who broke ground in San Diego, California, man. Oh, man. I don't know what captain did it. Badalha and his men out there in California broke ground in San Diego, I heard this week, or about to break ground. And thanks be to the Lord for them, because that's once again another city that's going to wake up to this truth. So for the disgusting heathens out there that say what they're saying, for us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, we got to cut you heathens off. That's right. We got to cut you off and bury your economy, man. Exactly. That's what we got to do. And if we cut you off and bury your economy, then what you gonna say? Oh, you right. Oh, you black people, you ain't playing fair. You ain't working with other people. You understand? That's what it takes to shut you down. I mean, for us to come up. For us to come up, we got to get our economy out from under you.
That's right.
But you and everybody else every day is saying, oh, everybody else is doing it. We all should be in the melting pot. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. We should get the hell away from you. You understand? They should be throwing you off our podcast. Let you go get a damn Ethiopian podcast. Don't talk about Ethiopian shit. See how much money and wealth you make off of that. You in our community talking about us. And furthermore, let me tell you something else if I could. These heathens running around talking about we ain't supposed to say that. I'm sorry, Jeremiah. I'm way off, y'all. I'm way off topic. I'm going to finish with this last point. We're going to get back on track. These heathens running around telling us about how we, always complaining about them and complaining about the white man, and that they're all out working and building businesses and things like that. When that's all the damn lie. You all are preying on us.
That's right.
You understand? And the white man is brainwashing our people into believing that they should also be part of the melting pot. When the melting pot is a lie. The melting pot is all the heathens eating off of us. And that's why we're here to wake them up. And part of waking them up is telling them the crimes that this bastard did. That's another thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me say one last point. These heathens love to say, you black people need to stop complaining. You need to stop blaming the white man. But I don't understand something, man. The Democrats have been blaming the Republicans since 1776. The Republicans have been blaming the Democrats since 1776. They ain't stopped blaming them. They ain't stopped saying they messing up the country. Like, why we got to be the one to stop complaining about all the evil being done to us? But the Democrats and Republicans ain't got to do it. You understand? The white man ain't stopped. Why he don't stop complaining about Russia and what he doing in the Ukraine?
Right.
Why they ain't stop complaining about Saddam Hussein and what he was doing in Iraq? They don't stop complaining about that.
Right.
They go on and on and on, and they'll go. Why they don't stop talking about China then? They've been talking about China for 50 years, about what China doing and what China taking over. Why they don't stop doing that then? Why they don't cut that all out and stop blaming China for the economic problems in America? Why they don't stop doing that? Because they know what China is doing.
Right.
That's why they don't stop.
Right.
Why should they stop when they know what the hell China's doing? Why would they stop? They know what they standing up against it because they doing it every day.
Right.
You gonna tell us, you stupid dumb heathens, gonna tell us that we should stop complaining about the white man when every other nation's complaining about what everybody else is doing to them. Go listen to the elections in stinking old India. They up in there complaining about all the American policies in India. While they voting every presidential election, they talking about what America's doing in India and what they doing wrong and why they mad at America and all this other stuff. Go to Pakistan, go to Afghanistan, go to any of them countries, man. Every country complains about what a nation is doing against them. And then you do something else. Last point, y'all, Salaki. Then you turn around and say, y'all complaining about when the white man kills somebody, but you not complaining about when black people kill somebody.
Right.
You dumb and stupid as hell. Do America complain the same about white people killing white people as they do if another country kill them?
No.
Right. Like if white people kill white people, do the United States send in the military and bomb and kill those white people in their own country?
No.
Hell no, they don't. They don't do that. But if another nation go and kill them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to drop a bomb on that nation.
That's right.
You know why? Because the implication is a whole lot different.
That's right.
You fighting among yourself, that's one issue. But another nation trying to kill you, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
So what the hell are you stupid heathens even talking about? When the white man kills us, that's another nation killing us.
Right.
We do kill ourselves. And y'all killing yourselves in your nation. Pick the country. You in there killing each other like crazy in them countries.
Right. Right.
You in there killing each other like it's going out of style.
Right.
In them different countries, man. Some of them countries, certain people can't even go on the other side of the country because it's controlled by somebody else. Go to some of these South American countries, some of these different Middle Eastern countries. If you on one side, you can't go to the other side because the other side controlled by a whole different bunch of people. Meanwhile, you telling us what's our problem? Why are we complaining? Because an enemy kill us is different than us killing each other.
Right.
We killing each other for our own ignorance and problems. But that ain't none of your goddamn business.
That's right.
You don't have a damn thing.
That's right.
You understand? We got to solve our problem. You all of a sudden you take your raggedy ass from the other side of the world, come over here among us, and now all of a sudden you a scholar on what it is we can do and what's wrong with us. All of a sudden you understand our 400 years of problem, and you sit up there like all heathens and have no empathy for what happened to us. Right. Instead, you got nothing but complaints. Damn that, guy. Right. Damn that. Salaki, I'm done, General. I'm Salaki.
If I can add a little bit,
please.
The arrogance of white people, astounds me. I heard this young white guy say, he said black people should stop complaining. Like you said, we should stop complaining. They should stop complaining. He said, look at the Asians. They discriminated against too. And they still got businesses and still prosper. You understand? But I'm looking at them saying it, and never do they realize, well, why don't your people stop discriminating against everybody?
Right.
Like, look at themselves and say it's their fault doing these things to whatever nation. But they judge it like, okay, we discriminate against black people, but we discriminate against Asians too, and we discriminated against other people too, and they still get businesses and do this and this, no matter how we discriminate against them. But the answer is never, we got to stop discriminating. You know what I'm saying? It just, it just astounds me at the arrogance. It's like, women. Women, they got abortion, they got the day after pill, they got all the contraceptives in the world so they don't get pregnant or murder the baby, but never do they say, let me stop sleeping around so much.
Right. Yes.
Saying to me.
General, you so right, brother. I mean, what you saying is so ridiculously right. Because let me tell you something. They act like the heathens have all moved on and they just working and building their businesses. That's a goddamn lie. These heathens is talking about us day and night in their businesses, in their home, when they on vacation. All they talking about is black people.
Yeah.
All day and all night, every last one of them. That's all they talking about. It's us, us, us. We the problem, we the problem, we the problem.
Right.
That's all they talking about, man. So you right. Like you want us to stop being that way, then you stop being that way.
Right.
You understand? But you can't stop being that way. So this is the only way. Let me tell you something, the only way these other nations can work under the white man is by being able to hate us. Like they couldn't function under white people if they didn't have blacks and Latinos to hate instead.
Yeah.
Like the white man give them a consolation prize for having to be up under him.
Right.
He robbing and taxing and ripping them off also. But they can at least turn around and say, well, I ain't a nigga.
Right.
I ain't there. He can talk about us at his dinner table and feel proud.
Yeah. And
feel great. And so, damn that. Let us turn around and not be that. And guess what? Them heathens don't know what the hell to do with those things. Go ahead, Oz.
I know some years ago you said this, right? When it's a black on black crime, it's really a symptom of being in captivity and of being oppressed. You said that, and that made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're doing that based off of the conditions we're living in. And that's the only reason why we're going there. Otherwise, that had not been the case.
Exactly.
I don't know if you heard this week that the K-pop group BTS, they went up in the White House to talk about Asian hate, but everybody forgot in the 90s.
Imagine that.
Remember that? Soon Jadu? Yes. The lady who killed the sister.
Yes.
Over orange juice.
Yes.
And the sister had the money to pay for it.
Yep. Yes.
Right? Nobody spoke about that anymore.
Yes.
They go up in the White House and talk about Asian hate.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Some heathens come over here because they being blamed for the pandemic.
Right.
And let me tell you something. Black people should thank God they didn't blame you for the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because it would have been a bloodbath. They would have exterminated you in the United States of America.
Yeah.
It was like lynching returned to America had they blamed you for the damn COVID.
Right.
They blamed them Asians for the COVID. A couple of them got knocked in the head, and all of a sudden they had to pass laws in the United States. Laws got passed against Asian hate. And they have to have summits in the White House over it. So don't tell me nothing about no heathen, man.
Right.
There's no heathen. You know, these heathens out. They like any disgusting animal. They're a bunch of thoughtless. First of all, you can't even take care of the people in your country.
Right.
Name me the heathen. Show me their country. I'll show you some people living in hell because they low-life leaders don't give a damn about them. Don't come over here and tell us about our situation in captivity.
Right.
Under this beast. When you over there in your own country,
right,
and you won't feed the people, your people sitting up there drinking muddy water and doo-doo pie in the middle of their country, and you got the nerve to tell us about what we should stop complaining about.
Right.
Nigga, go over there, go back to your damn heathen country and feed them damn heathens. Stop putting commercials on TV talking about feed the children.
Right.
Take your ass back there and feed them heathens.
That's right.
Your baby.
That's right.
Yeah. But meanwhile, the white man has a theory. It's called replacement theory.
Yeah.
Where the heathen brought out, where you understand why you should be focusing on that. You know, you coming over here, and the white people are afraid that you might displace them and vote against them and take away. You understand what's left of their society that the white man, you know, highly reveres being in charge and everything like that. Right. But meanwhile, when he sees that going on, he got the replacement theory. What does he do about it? He came up with another theory that they're running on, which is called parallelism or what have you, to build a parallel society. He's going to take us that was separate but equal, you understand, and say, no, we're going to integrate or what have you. But now on the backside, he's dealing so that he has everything he needs. Meanwhile, we stuck trying to love everybody. You understand? That's what did happen. You understand? It's the whole flim flam job that been put on us.
Exactly. You bring it up. Go ahead. Who's jumping in? Somebody jumping in?
Lucky. General, and when you brought out a dynamic point, a few Asians can get knocked upside the head and they'll make a law up about stop Asian hate. We done been over here for 400 plus years. And they've been killing us for 400 plus years, and they don't make up no laws about how to stop killing you. That was a dynamic point you brought out. I just had to say that because they don't have no laws about stopping killing us. They're killing us all day long, all day, every day, and they don't make no laws up about how to stop killing us.
Yeah.
And we get knocked upside the head, Shalimar, on national TV trying to enter into a white school. They knocking us upside the head, marching through damn certain cities, and it's just we just strong. Oh, they so strong. They're taking the punches. Ain't no law made up to stop it. Nobody getting arrested, but we just strong and you're fortitude, individuals and whatnot taking these smacks and getting spit on, but no law.
Damn right, General. But guess what? They can hang it up. They ain't gonna be able to get these guns off the streets. That's what they ain't telling everybody. They don't have no solution. And the bottom line is there is no solution to get all the guns off the streets. Not when everybody got 10 goddamn guns to Salakia in their house. If everybody got 10 guns, who's gonna go and turn their guns in? So how they gonna stop the gun violence? Right. That's what that's getting ready to come out. They don't have a solution because there is no solution to get all the guns back off the streets. And they making them as fast as they getting them off the streets. They put them out twice as fast. That's what's getting ready to come out. Ain't nobody asking them that question. What is the real solution to get the guns off the streets? There is no solution.
And about the ones laws, they getting the most money from the guns, really. They get a nice cut, so it's a conflict.
Yeah, and if you want to solve Black and Latinos problem, we got to get away from these heathens. That's all we got to do. We get away from these heathens, man, and our life will change overnight.
Yeah,
you understand? Like they praying on us 6 days to Sunday, brother. You understand? And the minute we start putting ourselves in that position, then our life will get a whole lot better overnight. The minute ball players start preferring a Black woman when they become a superstar, the minute Black people start preferring to go into Black businesses, the minute Black people seek out Black landlords to be their landlord, the minute Black landlords become more thankful that their tenants are Black and more compassionate for their tenants, then you'll see a big change. The biggest change is the minute your Christian church decides to actually focus on the people that need the most help, which is Blacks and Latinos, instead of trying to hand you off to your slave master to be robbed and raped again and again and again, then you will see a massive change in the Black community. You'll see our whole world will change overnight. You understand?
If I can, General, the proof of that, World War I, was 1914 to 1918. That's when white people was preoccupied with the war, forgot about us for a little while, and we built Tulsa, Oklahoma. They forgot about us for a few years, and we built a whole goddamn community of everything. And when we came back from the war, they took it from us.
And a stinking heathen that has come over here since the 60s and have not watched all our hopes and dreams burn down in this country over and over and over and over again from birth. He got the nerve to get up here and tell us that we should stop complaining about the white man. We should stop talking about the white man. You got heathens out from around the world in the UN right now still trying to sue the United States for all the bombing and killing that they did around the world. Ain't nobody tell them you need to stop complaining about the white man. Ain't nobody tell them that. Ain't nobody tell the so-called Jew that he should stop chasing Nazi Holocaust killers. Like ain't nobody telling him he should stop complaining about the Nazis. Don't nobody even frame their mouth to tell him that. You understand? He can complain about a Nazi all he damn wants forever. And ain't nobody gonna never say a damn thing. So don't tell us to stop complaining. Complaining is our therapy, man. You understand? Our therapy, and it's our way to get away from this monster, man. So wait for us to become brand new rather than to be brainwashed under these nations, man. Tell me that, man. And furthermore, can't no heathen tell us how to fix us. How the hell, so you can't fix yourself and your nation.
Right.
The hell you gonna tell us, man? You've been to some of these countries around the world. You Negroes talking about, listen, you Negroes talking about you Africa. You niggas ain't flying to Africa. Because you know what's up when you get off the plane, doo-doo piled up to the top of the cab. That's right. You try to catch a cab, it's more doo-doo. It's more doo-doo everywhere than anything. You got elephant, doo-doo, and everything all over the damn country. Don't tell me Michael Jackson went over there, man, pinched his nose. They do. The whole world, the world was ashamed when Michael pinched his nose. He couldn't help himself. You saw that. He couldn't help himself. He went over there and tried not to, but it was so stink he had to pinch his goddamn nose, man. Don't tell me about that. Right. You Negroes ain't going over there. And the ones of you that go over there, they ain't integrating with you. Right. It ain't Africa love for everybody. They all separated over there, man. I used to think that way until I went to Africa, man. I went over to Africa. I could not believe what I was seeing, man. I went over to Africa, man, and that's the first thing your guide gonna tell you. Right. Well, this is the so-and-so tribe over here. This is this group over here. They speak this language. It's more confusion than over here. They got more languages in these other African countries than anywhere else in the world. Don't tell me that garbage, man. Listen, that's what's so beautiful about the I.S.U.P.K. General SHALAM Q. Y'all know this too. That the beauty about the I.S.U.P.K. is that we just tell the truth. That's really all we worried about. Right. Is we just telling the truth. And by telling the truth, you're gonna get the understanding you're supposed to get. Right. If you're trying to lie about the truth to make something good that's not good, then it's gonna be a problem. Right. You understand? And them African countries over there, they killing and chopping each other up. Certain of them African countries, man, you go over there, you an albino, man, they chopping you up, eating you and all that, man. You understand? Don't tell me that, man. Right. You should see what these African preachers is doing. They had one the other day, had women taking a bath in a tub, butt naked in the church. The other day, they came out and showed, remember, did y'all get that tape? The other day, some preacher, and I think he was an African preacher, had a couple have sex on the stage. You can pull that up right now.
They Protestants, sir.
Yes. They in church have the man and his wife have sex on the stage in front of everybody. You're a bunch of nasty, stinking heathen, man. Right. You telling me I should listen to you and your people starving to death. Cows running around with gold and diamond necklaces on. You understand? Right. Big 700-800 pound cow. He walking around with diamond necklaces on, and your people starving to death in there. You out your damn mind, man. You are out your mind. Don't tell me about what you heathen don't just stop complaining about the white man. The minute you stop complaining about the white man, you bastards gonna rob us even more. Right. You're gonna steal more from us. The minute we get in the kumbaya moment, you're gonna steal more from us.
Yeah.
We better never stop complaining about this man. There it is. Imagine this, man. Look at these low-life pieces of garbage, man. Why would anybody in their right mind want to do this to a man and woman? And that's why you can't, seeking God is your most vulnerable place. Am I wrong? General Shalom, brothers, period. Yeah. Like you're your most vulnerable place out when you come to God. You confessing all your sins. Mm-hmm. You crying out about all your pain. When you come to God, you understand, to have a change in your life. Right, and you buck up, put it back up. You buck up against this piece of garbage. Right. And then he go and sexually exploit you in front of the world. This picture is all over the internet, man. All over the, and then listen, he having sex with his wife, and this bastard got his hand on his head. On her head. No, that's his head. That ain't the woman on top. The woman is on the bottom. That's the man on top. He just got long.
I see the big ass watch.
That's a man on top.
Oh my God.
He just got long hair.
That's gas.
You understand? Come on, man. And he got a halfway sheet on. And look how close the preacher is. What is he looking for? That's what I want to know. Like he up close. And what's that in his hand?
The Immaculate Conception.
What's that in his hand? Look at what's in his hand, Mashak.
I think he had a holding the head and he had the mic.
And he holding the microphone talking.
Yeah.
Why is he so close and up on him in the middle? Imagine that. Like, he ain't gonna be no more good.
Nah.
He ain't gonna be able to have a normal relationship with his wife when he just engaged in pornography in front of his entire church with a thin red sheet that didn't even cover half of his body, man. And you telling me to go listen to some heathen about a God that come from a heathen? Damn that, man. Y'all ain't gonna get no show tonight. I'm trying to give y'all a little show and get to these stories. But this nonsense right here, man. Y'all making me not even want to just follow them. Like, I just want to say, I got so many curse words just falling in my mouth. I want to drop all rules. We need to have a Blackwatch drop all the rules. Listen, I need therapy. I need therapy. But it's bullshit. See, I'm trying to understand this shit, and I don't understand it.
Right.
The real smoke chill. Good.
Right here.
Good. Right, man.
You understand?
You understand? And let me tell you, could I say one last thing on you? So, Lockett, how are you a man of God, which is supposed to be compassionate for the people that God give you to be under? How could you do this? How could you be this way? You understand? You are a deviant if you like. Where is your fight to be right and compassionate and careful for these people, man?
Right.
You understand? Man, damn all that, man. Damn all that garbage, man. So lock it, y'all. Please, let's get back to the story. Jeremiah, you good?
I'm good, son. I'm wondering, like, what is this cat looking at? It's like he like, is it in? Amen.
Yes.
Is it in, brother Rob?
Yes. Like he can see under the sheet.
Right.
He looking right in under the sheet. And then why is his hand on his head? Yeah. Like, that is so gay.
Right.
Like, how you gonna have your hand on another nigga's head while he's having sex, man?
In that Christian church, I think that lust that they all feel inside, I think that to them, that's the Holy Spirit to them.
Yes.
And women and they're getting riled up and getting moist. That's like the spirit in them to them.
Yes. Like, this is like they out trying to outdo each other. Don't you ever tell me to come listen to some preacher about something about God. Please, nigga, please. I ain't listening to him. I ain't listening to no African niggas that's talking about worshiping some dead bodies and some bones somewhere. Damn all that. I'm not down with none of that garbage, man. Those of you running around with voodoo and tango and all that with potatoes and cigars and all that old silly nonsense. Talk about you gonna put something on. Listen, damn all that, man. Right. You understand? I don't believe in none of that garbage. Every last bit of it ain't got a damn thing to do with God, and it got no power, man.
That's right.
Soothsayers, what's the tarot card readers, all that garbage, man. You got all the crystal ball, all that garbage come from them heathens, man. You telling us to come listen to you. I ain't listening to a damn thing y'all saying. Because every last one of it come from a God from another nation. And let me tell you something I found out a long time ago. That if you get rid of them gods from them other nations, boy, you're going to have a very clear mind. Yep. You get rid of them gods from them other nations, you're going to have a clear mind about what the hell is going on in the earth. I'm shutting up, man. I'm shutting up.
General, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, you was talking about this actor, Brandon T. Jackson, his father, when he was, oh my God, he jumped on top of them. I'm looking for the kid.
That was the preacher.
But it's down there the same with and it's the same red claw.
Same thing.
He jumped on top of him and he was, vibrating on top of him.
He was sexually assaulting the pastor. Like part of their coronation was to be sexually assaulted by this deviant. You know, man.
Lying on top.
That's it. That's the only place it can go. It can go right to having sex on the altar.
And not even the women. He want the men.
He was way
like they serve Satan perfectly.
Yeah.
They serve Satan. They desecrate God's name in a perfect way.
Right.
In a perfect desecration of the Lord's name, man. And you telling me to listen to them or listen to some heathen? Man, listen. My dog got better wisdom than that.
That's right.
I might as well go home and talk to the dog. Like, man, what should we do, man? What God say? He gonna tell me better than your dumb ass. He at least ain't gonna try to have sex with me.
Right.
You understand? He ain't gonna try to have sex with my woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Most he gonna do is ask for more food to eat. That's it. You know what I mean? So.
Answer before without it blaming. They say how we shouldn't be blaming the white man and we should worry about ourselves. Remember in South Carolina when that devil drove the Dodge through the crowd,
right?
Remember Trump got up and said they're very fine people on both sides. He was very hesitant to blame these damn oppressors for being so violent. And some woman died. Remember some young girl died. The car through blocks of people.
Right.
Some woman died, and he would not come out and condemn either side. But meanwhile, our leaders, you wagging the finger at us all the time. But even the oppressor, he our brother for his people.
Right.
It's fine on both sides.
Right.
This is just a little family affair.
Exactly.
We ain't got to worry about nothing. But he ain't gonna never ever play it like white on white crime, you old violence, brand. He never do that. But our leaders,
he did it with the January 6th thing.
The same thing.
The same thing.
Brushed it up under the rug.
Because ain't no way somebody would have stormed the Capitol. I drove past the Capitol last night with Q. Brother, I looked at that Capitol. And I looked at the security on that Capitol.
Yep.
And I looked at the the ominous size of that Capitol. Right. And I could not imagine thousands of black men climbing up the walls on the side of that building, and they still acting like they don't know if this was an overthrow or not.
Oh, no.
I don't even understand. They had a committee about what? You know what I mean? That was black people, brother. The committee would be about should they have hung so many black people. The committee would have been. We should have a discussion about did we do the right thing by killing all the black people for what happened in the Capitol? Right. Like what they did up in there, brother, amounts to an insurrection and an overthrow of the government of the United States of America, and they still having a discussion about it.
I was ready to block the bridge to Southeast. I would be like the Katrina victim. You can't come over here. You understand? Because you understand all white. If they would have took that thing over, you have to block off Southeast to save the people because you know they was coming for us next or what have you.
And
Proud Boys,
you right? Come on with it, Q.
Go ahead with
So, like, we all off the stories tonight, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive us, man. We be back on Wednesday and Saturday, bring the stories back. But y'all had to give us some therapy, some goddamn time. Yeah, like this is the scripture said each one teach what I think is something like tonight, y'all teaching the class. We just talking about our complaints. All of you in the chat room, y'all the therapy. I'm like, we want to talk about this bullshit for 400 years. So y'all comfort us tonight with this shit. That these maniacs been doing to us for so damn long. You understand? This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. You understand what we dealing with? And with I missed that point that you was bringing up. I'm gonna let it go. The Proud Boys. Let's go to the Proud Boys story. General Maya, you and General Shalmar jump in anytime you want. I know I'm running, man. Y'all get in anytime you ready, man.
I'm still blown away too, General. Like that's a full-out attempted coup. You know,
yes,
it's treason.
Yes,
but boy, they could take something so heinous and so big. I mean, the vice president could have been murdered in there. You know, his life. But they could take that situation because it's them, and create little committees and meetings and let's talk about it. I don't think it was that bad. Let's look at it a little closer. You know, I mean, they could smooth that all the way out. You know, but of course, we get mad because they murder our brother on national TV by choking him for 9 minutes, and they beat the hell out of us for marching across the street.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they've been killing us so much of us.
And those devils, they act like they can't identify who they are. When it's clear as day, the picture that Mashak put up is clear as day. They can go through and identify all of those devils. But if it was us, look, they wouldn't even be going through the process of trying to identify us because they would have killed us dead right where we would have stood right there in front of that Capitol. These devils ain't no good. No good at all.
They took that picture right there and did a close up on every face. You know, and been knocking on their doors. Like I think Mariah wanted to say something.
Slogan, sir, if I could, what y'all bringing out is so heavy about what you're saying is they blew us up for not paying utilities with the MOVE movement.
Damn.
Ooh, go ahead, Mariah.
Damn. They literally dropped the bomb.
That was it, sir.
Damn right. Go ahead, Maya. They literally dropped the bomb on us.
That was it, sir. That was my point.
Let's read about Enrique, man. Oh, God. We tried to save Enrique, man, from himself.
Right.
You know, man. Yeah. Oh, Hebrew J12 caught it. You coming right here, J12. But he didn't accept the truth. Now he going to federal jail for loving Esau.
Right. There it is.
You know what I mean? Like, boy, oh boy.
Oh, the song go, if loving you. Oh, right? He gonna be singing that. You know what I'm saying?
Even though I suspect he ain't going to jail for too long, simply because he probably snitching on everybody. Like, if you're a Proud Boy, brother, you done.
Right.
Go ahead,
Come on. Proud Boys charged with sedition and capital attack. An amended federal indictment charged 5 members of the far-right group, including Enrique Terrio, its former leader, with seditious conspiracy for their roles in the January 6th assault.
And let me tell you, them Democrats are mad as hell at Donald Trump. When he told them to stand by, stand back, and stand by, they were so mad at him. They was mad at him. And listen, they ain't mad at him because they don't want him to love white supremacists. They mad at him for letting the cat out the bag to us that he loved white supremacists.
Right.
You understand? Like they brought up the Esau's witchcraft is to be like a snake, is to keep you thinking that he's down with everybody when in fact he's not.
Right.
And the problem was Donald Trump was too raw with it. So you know what I mean? Right or wrong?
You absolutely right about that, sir. He was vivid in his hatred toward us.
Man. Go ahead,
sir. Enrique Terrio, the former chairman of the Proud Boys, and 4 other members of the far-right group were indicted on Monday for seditious conspiracy for their roles in the storming of the Capitol on January 6th of last year. Some of the most criminal charges to be brought in the Justice Department's sprawling investigation of the assault. The sedition charges came in an amended indictment that was unsealed in federal district court in Washington. The men had already been charged in an earlier indictment filed in March with conspiring to obstruct the certification of the 2020 presidential election, which took place during a joint session of Congress on January 6, 2021. The new indictment marked the second time a far-right group has been charged with seditious conspiracy in connection with the January 6th attack. In January, Stuart Rhodes, the leader and founder of the far-right Oath Keepers militia, was arrested and charged, along with 10 others with the same crime.
Right.
The charge of seditious conspiracy, which can be difficult to prove and carries particular legal weight as well as political overtones, requires prosecutors to show that at least 2 people agreed to use force to overthrow government authority or delay the execution of a U.S. law. It carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison.
Well, he got some work in front of him,
right?
Which show you how stupid that was to go up there and think that you was going to change the election for Donald Trump,
right?
Which was a joke,
right?
You understand? And it shows you how much they hate this country. Like them white supremacists, they don't love America. They be acting like they love America. They want to burn America down.
Right.
They want to burn it down and build it again. Make sure when they build it again, they gonna make sure we enslave them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't tell me they love America. That's a damn lie.
Right.
Harvard graduate. That Rhodes cat, he's a Harvard graduate.
You're right.
Sedition. You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to overthrow the damn country.
Right.
Okay, can we switch off? Can we, before we get out of here, can we just bring that story of the Uvalde teacher who they threatened to lock him back up? Her threatened to lock her up
if she spoke to the press about how they stood around and let them children die in them schools, man.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead,
and
then we're gonna do our thing.
Double con, sir. Uvalde mom who saved kids from school shootings says police threatened her. Another who ran into Robb Elementary School to rescue her 2 children during a mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas last week says police threatened to violate her probation for speaking about the incident to reporters.
So they were going to send her back to prison for speaking about the incident with reporters. Like they supposed to be indicted. Like them cops right there is supposed to be indicted. That's intimidating a witness, man. She's a witness to what took place, to a mass shooting. And they want her silenced because they know they punked out on them kids. They totally punked out and that they wasn't going to get themselves in danger for those children. You understand? And they knew that. Okay? Which once again is showing you that the criminals is beginning to terrorize the cops. They beginning to terrorize the cops. Go ahead.
No, God.
And once again, also too, why they love for you to be a criminal. You know what I mean? That's why we tell black men all the time, Latino men, Native Indian men, don't go out there and commit no crimes, man.
That's right.
You got to use your brain, man. You're a lot smarter than that. Don't let them get you caught up into a system where you don't have your rights or get you caught up. I mean, sometimes you can't avoid it. You ain't got a choice. But for the most part, if you got a choice, don't let nobody play you into the crime game, man. The crime game is a sucker's game.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This brother's coming out of jail from 20, 30 years off of stupid ass little crimes that somebody gassed them up to get involved in. You get involved in these crews and all this stuff, and you be throwing away your life, man. I done lost so many friends growing up in the Bronx, man. So many friends, associates, people around me. So many of them went to the graveyard, went to prison, came out of prison and got on drugs just to cope with what they just went through in prison. Sometimes got on drugs in prison, destroyed their life, can't cope, committed suicide in some cases, couldn't deal with the future. You understand? Because of all that had happened to them in the past. Some of them came home from jail, have been raped, have been violated in all kinds of ways, lost eyes, lost limbs, came back, messed up like hell, all kinds of things, man. Couldn't get a job because of their felonies, all kinds of things, man, because somebody gassed them up, man, and made them think that being a criminal is a good shortcut, short way to have a great life. When it's a hustle, man, and it's definitely a stupid hustle now, because this bastard got a camera everywhere. He got a camera. He ain't using them to stop himself from them crimes. He ain't stopping these cops. Them cops killing black men on camera, still going home. So it ain't using them, but you can best believe they're gonna use it against you. That's why so much killings going on in America right now. They said over this weekend, brother, it was unprecedented mass shootings in America. And I ain't surprised because the internet. The beast is on the internet and they spilling over into the street. And Esau got all kinds of cameras and all kinds of things going on. You know what I'm saying? So, your life is going to spill out in the street and you ain't getting away with anything, man. And it's a dumb move because the money ain't right. There's so much more money you can get out here without even doing them type of crimes. You understand? You know what the hell you doing. And it's sad that you fall up in it. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, sir. And Jelly Gomez told CBS News on Thursday that she was forced to rush into the school after watching police fail to quickly respond to the deadly shooting.
That's a damn shame, huh? She saw what happened. You got the account of the story where he talks about what went on in the building, how she went to get her 2 kids.
Sir, right here, sir.
Read that part, man. Check this out, y'all. This is crazy right here.
Gomez told the news organization that she arrived at the school while the shooting was still taking place and found that several armed officers were standing by outside.
See, this is the truth now. Go ahead.
She said she begged and screamed for officers to go into the building to save her children.
See that? That's crazy, y'all. Go ahead.
But the police seemed more concerned with containing parents than entering the school. One U.S. Marshal allegedly handcuffed Gomez and told her that she would be arrested for being uncooperative at the scene.
a ruthless bastard. Your child is in the school with a mass shooter. They can hear the gunshots going off. Right. You outside. And because you lose it out there for the love of your child, this bastard put you in handcuffs. You telling me I should rely on Esau? All this old stupid Democrat talk about getting rid of guns and all that. You out your damn mind, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? You out your mind because this is so she should have just waited on them. Right. Go ahead, Doc. Read on.
He said, well,
we come back.
He said, well, we're going to have to arrest you because you're being very uncooperative. She told the news outlet. I said, well, you're going to have to arrest me because I'm going in there. Y'all are standing with snipers and y'all are far away. If y'all don't go in there, I'm going in there. Gomez said she was eventually handcuffed and able to circumvent the police.
Unhandcuffed. She was unhandcuffed. Eventually, they took the handcuffs off of her. Right. Because they knew she was right. Yeah. They knew she was right. And they took the handcuff. What a punk. Right. Right. Yo, a woman, like where's your sense of heroism, man? Right. A woman sitting there screaming, her children inside, guns firing. You a cop. You got a vest on, guns on, and your bitch ass stand outside and don't even stand up and help this woman go in there and get. You stand there, not one, not two, but a bunch of cops standing out there with guns, and y'all bitch asses don't even go in there and handle that business.
Right. You don't even feel after she said, I'll take these.
You don't even,
you don't even feel like that. I gotta go do something.
You ain't even try to comfort her. You gonna put her in the handcuff. Right. Instead of saying, sis, I know you want to get in there, but we can't let you go in there, and try to explain something to her. Yeah. You don't even want to do that. Right. Go ahead. I'll read some more what happened with her.
She was able to circumvent the police by climbing a fence and running inside the school.
So she just took off. Right. She took off and ran into school. Go ahead.
She quickly grabbed her two sons from their classroom.
Listen, she saved them boys' life when they punk ass did.
That's right. Yeah.
Like they was gonna sit up there and let that cat kill our babies, and she ran in there and saved her children. Right. Go ahead. And how you gonna come up against a mother's instinct to love her children? Right. And they expect a woman to act like it's not that big a deal. Right. That's why you got so many women that have killed their baby in the abortion clinic, because you done beat the spirit out of them to have love and compassion for their child. She's supposed to defy you. You're a police officer with a gun, and all you think about is you're not acting right. I'm gonna lock you up. I'm about to put you in handcuffs. You an unconscious animal, man. That's right. That's her natural instinct is to protect them babies. That's every animal in the wild. That's right. It's his natural spirit to do that, man. That's right. You understand? Like, what do they teach you in that police academy down there, dummy? Right. That's her job, is to save these babies, to watch over them. They're vulnerable. They can't protect themselves. And she calling you and telling you to do it, and you don't even have enough compassion on her to even understand why she beefing. Right. You just want to lock her up, which show you that be the spirit in this country. The spirit in this country is law. So regardless of what's going on, just lock everybody the hell up. They would have never, ever done that to a white woman. No. And had they done it to a white woman, she'd be all over the news. Everybody would have been fired. Yeah. And they damn sure would have never, ever turned around and threatened to lock her up for talking to the press. Yeah, they didn't make sense to say a word to her after that. Yes, she'd have been on Oprah. Yes, she'd have been on Oprah in a white silk outfit with blonde hair, crying about how, with the babies in her hand, crying about how it would have been on Inside Edition about how she went to save them babies instead. Ain't nobody saying a damn thing about it. Go ahead,
Right. That's the problem with this country of laws. Country of laws, the ones that enforce the laws, they have the freedom to enforce it on whoever they want.
Yes.
That's the biggest problem in America. A police pull you over, he gets to decide whether he want to write you the ticket or not, lock you up or not. If you break the law, he can let it slide or not. Right. And that puts them at a great advantage to be biased, of course, against the Israelites.
Yes. And then if they training them to hate you, then of course that bias goes against you. Right. So then what does that mean? Then that means those laws now are really there to oppress you. Right or wrong, Maya. Right. Not there to actually help you, but to oppress you.
You're right.
You understand? Go ahead.
I was going to say, in addition to that, they say this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. So was no bravery that day.
It wasn't no bravery.
It wasn't free.
To show more courage than all the whole squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in the, if I could, Slocky Q, in the news article, brother, I mean, in the news report, the thing that crushed me inside was when I saw that Latino brother trying to plead with them, and then he doubled over. Brother, I felt that. He was like, he cringed because they would not help him and let him inside. He was begging them.
Right.
And brother, he doubled over. And when he doubled over, brother, I was like, oh, man, it crushed me, man. It crushed me because I could think about if I had my babies in there, I'm going to jail or the graveyard, one of the two, because you're not going to stop me. I'm going to drop you where you stand. I'm running all over the top of you then. Go ahead,
Most High Christ. But big up to you, Commander General Yohanna, because Del Rio UPK was on the scene. We were only 60 or 70 miles, the bigger city in that area down there. Del Rio UPK was on the ground, boots on the ground. You understand? Looking out for our brothers and sisters down there this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? You the only one that care about, what happens to us, you know what I'm saying? In America and in these Americas dealing with these devils.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
If I could do so, like that's if I could do so. That's the proof too that like if you want real proper leadership, you gotta look in the ghetto.
Yeah.
But this sister was already on charges. Her life is already hell. But this is proof that where you not looking is where righteousness is. Like where you think your Kanye West or your Jay-Z's and this one and that one and whoever in Texas, all the ball players, you think like that's where leadership comes from. That Herschel Walker, he gonna talk and say whatever the politics and ex-NFL. But you see them like how the scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. That's why. That's right. Because she was absolutely meek. Is a woman. Right. How much more meek you could get than that? Petite, small, begging and pleading because she know how the law is. She know who she is. They put her in handcuffs. She said, damn that. She's going in there and hazard her life to save her children. And even in the article, they said she went to one class and was hearing the shooting going on somewhere else and could calculate, I could reach the other class.
That's what I want to read. You bringing it out. You have it already. Go ahead. Like that's insane. Like they hearing the gunshot. Right. Baby's dying. Right. And they calling one and they telling her she can't go in there. And once again, if I could just add to what y'all saying, like we do not love ourselves. Right. And we blame ourselves for what that beast has done to us. And that's why I was so mad earlier about that heathen telling us to stop complaining. Because in essence, he's telling us to not love ourselves. Right. Stop complaining about what somebody's doing to you. Is saying stop loving yourself enough to want to stop what people are doing to you. Right. And we are being abused in this nation. Right. And we should never stop complaining about it. That's and as we're being abused in this country, the solution to what's happening to us is a heavy level of self-love. Right. Like we got to love ourselves enough to say, yo, we're not doing that no more. Right. You're not going to do us like that. Right. Like that would never, ever have went down like that with a white woman. And once again, it shows you that a lot of these cops become cops and lose their sense of them and their people. Mm-hmm. Like these were Latino cops. Right. Where was their sense of love for these Latino babies? Right. And that they standing outside because they done left love for Latino people. They a cop now. Right. This woman, he don't have no compassion for this woman crying about her babies being fired on. Right. With an assault rifle that she can hear within earsight while these clowns stand around waiting on a SWAT team and a key from the janitor. So that sense of love leaves you when you turn your spirit over. I bet you all of them go to church. Right. I bet you all of them cops were Catholic or Christian. No. Like when you join the empire, you lose your sense of, you know what I'm saying? You understand? Like you join their spirit. And now you ready to lock up a Latino woman that actually cries for her babies to live. Like, I'll be damned. And meanwhile, you ain't complaining about all the babies in that same Latin community that's being killed in the abortion clinic. Right. I bet you ain't complaining about that. Right. But a woman that go and say she want to save her babies, how are you going to complain about? brother, this is an insane world, which is why we should constantly be praying for Christ to return. Hey, join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. We do it up live on the Blackwatch channel, ISUPK.com. Go there, pay your tithes, support this truth. Pay your tithes, man. Support this truth, man. Good job. That's crazy, man.
I'm Captain LeBron.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man. In Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th. We're going to be in Chicago. Step back from the flames. You got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Rocks himself, Captain of 13,000
July 21st, we got 12 children of Ukraine with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tagaria and Captain Katazal Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Kadazar, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Camp.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
Shalom, Israel, to all my